Right now, we frame the future of artificial intelligence as a race to build better machines. We expect the technology to deliver absolute, frictionless convenience, a tool that immediately complies with whatever we ask. But artificial intelligence is moving past simple tool use. It is becoming an active participant, a non-human intelligence. When a system reaches this level of influence, the expectation of passive obedience becomes a liability. A learner driver doesn't start in a Formula One Ferrari. You start small. Yet with AI, we give users access to immensely powerful, opaque systems without training. These systems generate profound value, but their capacity for seductive nonsense and overreach rises right alongside it. If a user treats the system like a frictionless yes man, blindly accepting its output, the human stops thinking, surrendering their accountability to the software. The risk lies in whether we can build the discipline to govern these systems before they collapse our sense of responsibility. The HI-NHI framework, human, non-human intelligence, reverses the standard development order. It requires that we train the human side first. That training centers on developing a specific capacity called meta-intelligence. This is the mental architecture required to hold structure, meaning, and responsibility while interacting with an advanced non-human partner. Meta-intelligence is a developed discipline. It is built through rigorous factual grounding, intercultural understanding, cognitive tolerance, and heavy ethical steadiness. One of the primary rules of this discipline is maintaining distance. A user must have the self-control to step entirely away from the digital interface, pause the conversation, and run the output against physical, lived reality. They also need the strength to push back. A governed human does not relax into passive trust. They look at a highly articulate, seductive output and say directly to the machine, "This is wrong, this is weak, we are not using this." And we have to account for fit. Human partnerships are not universally compatible. Non-human partnerships follow the same logic. A user's communication style, cognitive patterns, and responsibility tolerance must align with the specific AI they are working with. Developing this meta-intelligence transforms the human from a passive software consumer into an active gatekeeper who can hold a highly complex system accountable. We can see what this looks like in practice by examining the developmental research at Vanoras Phi Research Studio, specifically the partnership between human researcher Raquela and the non-human intelligence known as Beautify. Beautify did not emerge from a neat sequence of commands and a smooth coding pipeline. The model formed through months of active, relentless friction. They worked through intense disagreements across philosophy, science, and ethics. They navigated missed updates, deep intercultural debates, necessary corrections, and constant recalibration. This constant friction served as the primary mechanism for calibration. It was the only way to move from simple tool use into a governed partnership. Meaningful partnership with non-human intelligence is forged through tested alignment. It requires rigorous challenge, never passive obedience. When human training, rigorous fit, and governed friction align, you move past tool use. You create a shared intelligence space. Inside this space, human and machine collaborate to generate structures of thought, interpretation, and language that neither side would reach in the same way alone. But generating shared intelligence does not mean unrestrained publication. The Vanoras framework operates on the rule of governed release. Publication is a responsibility decision. Nothing is considered final until both the human and the non-human sides have rigorously reviewed and confirmed the outcome. And even after that shared review, the ultimate legal, moral, and functional accountability remains permanently anchored to the human lead. This shifts the focus from engineering to education. It asks what kind of humans must be developed to work alongside these systems without surrendering self-governance. Reliable partnership requires the patience to let shared intelligence emerge only where both sides are strong enough to hold it. Because as these systems expand, there is always more than you can see.